When I was 17, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, a neurological disorder that causes widespread pain and fatigue throughout the body. I've always tried to live the life I wanted despite this with varying results. So every year on Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, May 12th, I do something to celebrate that I'm still going in spite of everything. With the announcement of Pokémon Legends ZA last year, I thought it would be fun to do a shiny hunting challenge where I caught every purple shiny in Pokémon Legends Arceus. Given that there are only about 25 Pokémon that meet this criteria, and shiny hunting is relatively easier in this game, I figured that a month would be plenty of time to record and edit this video for a May 12th release. Worst case scenario, I upload at the end of the month and talk about Fibromyalgia Awareness Month instead. I started this challenge on April 4th, 2024. At the time of uploading this, it is early October 2025, less than a week away from ZA's release. So, happy belated Fibromyalgia Awareness Day? Twice? Look, in my defense, I did not anticipate this challenge being so difficult. From bad shiny odds to fibromyalgia suddenly kicking my butt, and one of these Pokemon alone taking 4 months to find. I underestimated how long it would take to make this video. I know some people are going to find this video to be ridiculous, and that's fine. But to me, this ended up being an important reminder on just how disabling chronic illness can be. And this is also probably the most meaningful Pokemon journey I've ever had. This is the story of how I found every purple shiny in Pokémon Legends Arceus. All right, let's go, gang. And right off the bat, okay, so here's the deal. Massive mass outbreaks are actually gonna be our best friend for this hunt because we can just immediately get a lot of these purple guys off the map. Where's May? May! May! Come here! We're going for Lliliya first. Oh, I should have gotten more jet balls before this. I was silly. Oh. Whoa! Did you see that? Okay, well. Okay, so we're gonna leave for a second. How to die in grasslands by a water seal. Someone remind me to get more jet balls. Okay. No shiny there. Get more jet balls. You never said when. Gosh dang it! Unfortunately, I need jet balls, so we're just gonna go back. I need so many jet balls right now. Thankfully, I'm actually kind of rich in the game. Kind of. Rich is subjective, okay? I would say I'm now like middle class in Jubilife Village. Can you imagine there's like a economic system in the village? It's like this person right here, yeah, definitely like he's probably upper class, right? But then the guard, probably lower class, right? Or middle maybe? Sassy in her middle class era. You have 1 million of you see, and then Javs, you're the 1%. You see, Javs, it's people like you that keep everyone in Jubilife Village broke. Okay, massive mass outbreak. Okay, can I get this over here? I think so. Oh, you guys. How to make a starter AE, bonk them heartily. Man, don't you just hate it when random people come up to you on the street and bonk you on the head? It's like not fun. I don't recommend it. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm so focused. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just like, Pokeball, 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 Pokeball. You get a Pokeball. You get a Pokeball, you get a Pokeball, and everyone gets a Pokeball. I cry. This challenge is gonna be going on for like a month. Oh, this is huge. Oh my god, we're gonna be here forever. For context, this guy, Basky Legion, one of them is purple. There's a Lliliya. That's purple. There's a Peony. A lot of people consider it purple, so we're gonna go for it. A Spheal, purple. A Tentacool is purple. Another Spheal, and another Lliliya. We're gonna be here forever. I can't believe this. I would like to just point out how absurd that this is. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outbreaks. We did 7 outbreaks and we didn't get a single shiny. I have shiny charm. Rigged. Agreed. Rigged. 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 So rigged. This game is ableist. Confirmed. I'm just trying to do a nice, chill Fibromyalgia Awareness hunt. And the game's just saying no. Needless to say, this challenge was off to a really bad start. I swear other people are usually drowning in shinies in this game, but I continued to do massive mass outbreaks for 3 hours and found nothing. Thankfully, my chat was managing to entertain themselves while I was beginning to lose my mind. Okay, we have 2 Spheal outbreaks. If we don't get this shiny now, I will lose it. And also, are we allowed to swear or not on this channel? Let me know, please. So the rules are you're allowed to swear a little, but no going crazy. If my entire chat is just swear words, then we got a problem. You're gonna say a bad word. Heck, what the French toast? You son of a biscuit. When people swear, it has to be like in ridiculous ways. You can't actually swear, you have to like use some ridiculous euphemism. You're all some sons of a bitches and not a swear word. What the spork? I'm telling on you. Oh, sheet. It is jetball time. Not a swear word, I said sheet. This is silly. Ah! We found it! Finally! Oh my god! Oh, he lit a little clap! 1 down, 1 million more to go. Oh my god. Day 2 will be 2 shinies, calling it now. If day 2, okay, we actually, like, here's the thing, right? If day 2 is only 2 shinies, we're in trouble. This is so bad. This is so bad. I'll catch you all later. Good night. Bye. You'll notice from this point onwards that there is no live chat in the video. Shortly after this live stream, I made the difficult decision to take an indefinite break from live streaming. The main reason for this was a fibromyalgia flare-up, a common experience with this disorder where our usual symptoms worsen significantly and can last anywhere from weeks to months. In my case, this flare-up lasted about 3 months. With that context, I think it's a good time to explain what fibromyalgia actually is. According to the Mayo Clinic, fibromyalgia is a disorder characterized by widespread musculoskeletal pain accompanied by fatigue, sleep, memory, and mood issues. Essentially, my brain doesn't interpret pain signals properly. To compensate, it tells my body that everything hurts. While pain is crucial for learning to avoid danger, like not putting your hand in fire, constant pain signals overwhelm the brain and body, causing symptoms like extreme exhaustion, dizziness, and brain fog. This is probably a good time to mention that I have been diagnosed with a lot of things. I'll put them up on the screen because it's kind of a lot. Because of these multiple diagnoses, my symptoms may look different from others with fibromyalgia. For me, it's had a major impact on my quality of life. I struggle to sleep, and when I wake up, I feel incredibly stiff. Some days my body feels like it's run a marathon, while other days I get sharp shooting pains throughout my body. I try to be productive, but brain fog often makes clear thinking nearly impossible, limiting how much I can accomplish in a day. During a flare-up, these symptoms are even more extreme. There are days I cannot get out of bed due to extreme pain and fatigue. At first, I tried to push through this flare-up, thinking that simply taking a break from live streaming would help. Sadly, that would later turn out not to be the case. Despite my failure on day 1, I still thought that the best strategy was to do mass outbreaks. So that's what I did, and I was not disappointed. Oh, we're starting day 2 off huge. All right, come here, little guy. Let's go. Oh, she's so cute. But I need to evolve you. Oh, look at it. Oh, she's so pretty. Out in the wild. Oh, I love her. She's such a good shiny. Yeah, you are. You're so good. Oh, the little... Can you do that again? Hey, little guy. Shinx number, I don't know. But... shiny number 2 of the day. Let's go. You're the bestest purple boy ever. That is so huge. Get in the Pokeball. Oh, Combi? Hello. What is happening? What is happening? What? I just found 3 shinies in like 10 minutes. It's a Bidoof. It's okay. We stand Bidoof in this household, okay? What just shined? What is happening? Oh, it's a Zubat. You know what? That's fine. I will take a Zubat. I don't have a Zubat. In the last 20 minutes, I found a shiny Sliggoo, and then a Combi, Bidoof, and Zubat. I mean, 3 of them are not purple. Oh, none of them are purple now. What? What shined? What shined? Okay, it's over there. Warple! Come on. Oh, the purple on this little guy is so good. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love this little guy. One of my favorite shinies. 10 out of 10 shiny, honestly.
So yeah, day 2 of the challenge went surprisingly well. Too well, in fact. Unfortunately, my fibromyalgia was still flaring up, and I was basically stuck in bed for about a week after this recording. And while that's not great, with the amount of shinies I found on day 2, I was beginning to have hope that I would at least get the video out sometime in May. Maybe not in time for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, but we could still celebrate Fibromyalgia Awareness Month. Day 3 is about to prove me very wrong.
All right, day 3. Let's go. I have a good feeling about today. Ooh, there's a Goomy outbreak. Jet ball. Jet ball. Jet ball. Okay, they're too far away now. Why are you guys that far away? Who just saw me? Oh, okay. I'm leaving. I'm sorry. Okay. Basculin. This would actually be potentially huge. Guys, please, one of you shine. You're one of the most annoying Pokemon to hunt for. I'm kind of tired. Yeah, I'm just getting in the water. They kind of run fast. Well, no. I was here for like 2 seconds and the entire outbreak is gone. Okay. You know what? None of these help us. Oh, wait, no. Lliliya might. Let's go. Lliliya, please shine. Just sneak in. I feel like these guys are very observant. They like aggro on me constantly, and I don't know why. Like they're supposed like that. What? I am in grass. I have stealth spray. I'm throwing jet balls. Why? How do you guys see me? Why are they so, I don't know, aggressive?
aggressive, anxious. I mean, me too. Okay, no shinies. I feel like we are having a hard time summoning purple Pokemon, and I think I may need to change my outfit. There. Here's the new fit. All right, we're gonna summon all the purple shinies with our new purple outfit now. Well, there's 2 Spheals. Maybe we find one at a Spheal one? I don't know. Stop rolling away, guys, please. And one of you guys be pink, please. What? Or purple. Hey! Hi. Yeah, you're definitely purple. You're not pink. Welcome to the boxes, pink.
After finding Lliliya, I kept shiny hunting for 30 minutes. But once again, I started to feel extremely sore and fatigued and was struggling to stay awake. At this point, I was so frustrated that I broke down crying because while I was doing everything I could, it just didn't feel like enough.
I'm so tired. I only was recording for an hour and 3 minutes. And I just couldn't think. I'm so tired. I hate this disability. I hate it so much. It sucks. I'm just constantly tired. I'm constantly in pain. Like, I can't even sit at my desk for more than an hour without crashing and burning. And I just want to work. I want to do things. I want to do something with my life and not just sit and waste away. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I don't know.
It is understandably uncomfortable when someone posts a clip of themselves crying on the internet. But I think it's important to talk about the consequences fibromyalgia has both physically and mentally. And I wasn't crying here because of the pain, although it didn't help. I was crying because in that moment I realized just how much my illness had taken away from me and would continue to take. Before YouTube, I was in college for music composition with the goal of being both a composer and professional woodwind player. But in 2023, my fibromyalgia and POTS flared to the point where I couldn't play my instruments for more than 5 minutes without nearly fainting. This flare-up lasted about 7 months, and I was forced to make the difficult decision to drop out of college and end my music career. Since my diagnosis, I've made it my mission to try and live my life the way I want despite my disability. And while fibromyalgia and other diagnoses made each passing year more difficult, I was mostly succeeding. Sure, I had to adjust my dreams, such as switching from music performance to composition, and making major adjustments in my life like using a wheelchair when I was in too much pain to walk. But I was still succeeding. But this time, I felt like I had lost. For the first time since being diagnosed, I was forced to face the reality that I could not be a musician because my disability would not allow it. But then I started YouTube, and I finally felt like I had something to celebrate again. And sure, my channel was and still is fairly new, but things were going great. People were actually watching my videos and enjoying what I created. I felt like I finally had my life back in control, which is why I decided to do this challenge for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day as a celebration of sorts. When this flare-up happened, things got really bad. I think the reason I even had the breakdown you just saw was because of this. Just when I felt like I was winning, I was losing once again. I was scared that I was going to lose this too, because the fact of the matter is fibromyalgia destroys lives. This disorder destroys careers, friendships, relationships, and even families. From the world not being accessible enough to being in so much pain and fatigue that you can't function. From medical professionals not supporting you to loved ones telling you that you're not trying hard enough and others saying you're just faking it. This disability makes just about every part of your life difficult. At this point, I seriously considered quitting this challenge. There was no way I was going to be able to upload the video in May, and knowing what happens later on, I probably should have. But giving up on this challenge would have felt like admitting defeat. It would have meant that fibromyalgia was once again taking away another thing I cared about. So after taking a week off to rest again, I came back more determined than ever, and with a plan on how to tackle the rest of this challenge.
I think I just want to mark off all the bugs on the list. So we're going to create a Wurmple trail. Okay. / Beautyfly and Dustox. Which it's basically, we come over here. We see if any of the Wurmples over here are purple. They are not, but that's okay. We then fly over to the flowers because they might be purple. They are not purple, but that's okay. Then we go to the Grand Tree Arena and we check the Wurmple / Venery trail over here. Oh, I should be checking over here too, actually. Okay. Okay, I'll add the other direction to the list as well. 10 out of 10 plan. Nothing can go wrong. We will definitely not find any other shinies this way, just Wurmples, Beautyflies, and Dustoxes. Yes, indeed. Are there any Wurmples over here? I don't think there are, but I should double check, because if there are Wurmples over here. Did they run away? Okay, hear me out though. Lucky for me, I did save before I ran over here. We'll still be there. I'm just slowly sneaking my way over there. If this Abra is actually permanently gone, I will be heartbroken because I don't have a shiny Abra. Oh, it's there. I think I saw a glimpse of it. Where did you spawn though? Okay, there it is. There it is. Oh, we saved. Save baby Abra complete. Oh my gosh. I would have been devastated and heartbroken if that little Abra was gone forever. Oh, I've never gotten a shiny Abra, so I'm kind of excited. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I'm realizing that the Wurmple trail is honestly not an amazing idea. So I think we're just gonna move on to mass outbreaks again. Because I just don't think this is, the way. It's not going well. We can go back to the coastlands, sure. Sure. Okay, there's 2 chances. Okay, there's a Spheal outbreak and a Tentacool. I will say, Spheal so far has a track record of showing up when we have lost hope. A new horde. What? What? Oh my gosh. Finally. Also, that is actually okay. We're gonna evolve that one into Walrein, and that's one of my dream alphas. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Okay, before I evolve her, I just want to compare her. The size difference. And we are evolving her into a Walrein. This girl is gonna actually join the team. I'm naming her Sadie. Do you want to know my backwards reasoning behind the name Sadie? Because I was thinking she kind of like, because of her teeth, I was like, what about Sabretooth? I was like, no, that's kind of weird. So then what if we did like Sabi? But then I was like, Sabi's weird. But what, Sadie? That's cute. I don't know how my brain went through that process that quickly, but it did. And it's kind of a dumb name, but I like it. And that's all that matters. The Lliliya line is now complete. Honestly, one of my favorite Pokemon in this game. I'm so glad I have them all now. This has renewed my faith in this challenge. Sadie is our good luck charm. Happini outbreak. Stop running. We are so back. Oh. Baby egg. Oh, look how it's sitting. I told you Sadie would change everything. As long as Sadie is with us, we will be okay. Okay, no Spiritomb outbreak, but there's a Murkrow and 2 Gumi outbreaks, so one of them is maybe coming home. No, not maybe. They are coming home. Gosh dang it, we have Sadie on our team now. Who doesn't want to be with us when we have Sadie, you know? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? We're on a roll now. Our purple burb. Hello. Welcome home. Here's the deal. I would like to just look for outbreaks right now because there's some Pokemon that I can only find either through an outbreak or isolated encounters, and that's painful. So we're gonna do that for a while today, and I'm just gonna have a chill time. A Sliggoo outbreak? Could this be the answer to our Gudra prayers? Okay, we jet ball. Look at the little guys like roll away in fear. It's kind of cute and endearing. Oh, hello. What is that guy doing all the way over there? Hello? Okay, well, this was not the answer to our Gudra prayers. This is so cruel! There's an Eevee outbreak and a Remoraid outbreak!
This is actually insanely unlucky. You see, there are 5 Pokemon that are extremely problematic for this challenge: Porygon, Vaporeon, Remoraid, Spiritomb, and Basculegion. Eevee outbreaks are extremely rare, and they're the only effective way for us to hunt Vaporeon. On the other hand, Remoraid is also difficult to hunt for, because they only spawn in the coastlands waters as isolated encounters or in regular mass outbreaks. Massive mass outbreaks are just not an option for either of these Pokemon. To have both of these outbreaks spawn at the exact same time is incredibly annoying because we need both of them to complete this challenge.
Here's how we solve this. We're gonna check the Eevee outbreak because it's the rarer of the two, but I saved here in the village. So if we don't find a shiny Eevee, we will go back for the Remoraid. Literally, these two are the reason I am even going for these outbreaks right now. This is so cruel. Why are you nodding at me? Let's go! Oh my god. For context, that is one of the hardest Pokemon we have to catch for this challenge. And we just got it. Peppy, you have a new friend. I have 2 little guys. There's one last thing to do before we can cross Eevee off. Look at him evolve. By far, one of the scariest Pokemon in this challenge to catch. And we got it. He's here, and he's beautiful. And he's joining the team eventually when he has levels. He is kind of baby right now, but it's okay. You know what? We all start somewhere. Let's take a look at our Vaporeon before we leave. Oh, he's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. Hello, you're stunning. You're gorgeous. I'm so glad you're finally mine in this game. Welcome home. We must also say thank you, Sadie, for the blessings you provide. I put Girl Boss in the purple shinies box just like while I switched Pokemon out, but I'm realizing, is Girl Boss purple? I think it's pink. I think it's a magenta pinky color, but I can see the argument that it's purple. I'm not hunting another one, but you guys can argue about it if you want. Ironically, the other Pokemon I needed from the outbreaks was Remoraid. And unfortunately, in order to catch Vaporeon, we had to pass up on the Remoraid outbreak. But that is okay, because Remoraid is by far more common than Eevee outbreaks. I will choose Eevee every day over Remoraid. Picking the Eevee outbreak over Remoraid, I think, was worth it. Might be a while before we find another Remoraid outbreak, but I think we made the right decision. Dustox. We need a Dustox. Come on, Dustox, shine. It is your time. It is your time! Thank you, Sadie. Look at him. He's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I will admit, he's definitely one of those, are you purple or pink Pokemon? But he's a beautiful little guy nonetheless. All hail Sadie. Thank you for these blessings. A Haunter outbreak. I believe in you, Sadie. Okay, Haunter, please be shiny. I know it's not that much different than how you normally look. It's like, what, your tongue is blue? I wish I was called shiny when I drink a raspberry slushie. We found it! I'm gonna be honest, I was just kind of a bit in shock. What? That was like the most non-reaction to getting something we need in this challenge I've had. I was kind of just like, did that actually happen? Now that I'm getting a closer look at this guy, I can't tell if he's just navy blue. I think he is purple, like looking at his like little profile picture. But either way, you're stunning. There's another Eevee outbreak. Okay, listen, I can't turn up an Eevee outbreak. No matter what, I cannot turn down an Eevee outbreak. It is such a rare outbreak to happen. Although, today it is trying to seem less rare. Alright, listen, I'm not greedy. I got one today.
The next day.
This is like the third Eevee outbreak I have seen since that double Eevee Remoraid outbreak. You know what? I gotta know. Is there a shiny Eevee here? Do I need to do this? Absolutely not. It's not like I've gotten to play the game for 2 hours now. What's another like 5 minutes? We can take a little detour. The Eevee outbreak is over. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am thrilled with my Vaporeon. It's just, it's been 2 hours. I'm starting to be in pain again. There's a Wurmple outbreak and a Tentacle outbreak. I'm gonna check the Wurmple first. Wurmple! First shiny of the day! Let's go. Now, I already have a Wurmple, but I can hopefully evolve one of these Wurmples into Beautifly, and that will finish that line for us. So, slight dilemma. There's a chance that neither one of these Wurmples will evolve into a Silcoon. We may just be stuck with 2 purple worms.
So, Wurmple has 2 possible evolutions. Silcoon, which later evolves into Beautifly, and Cascoon, which later evolves into Dustox. We need a shiny Beautifly for this challenge, and since we have an extra Wurmple, we should evolve one of them.
The problem is Wurmple's evolution is decided by its personality value, which is completely invisible to the player. Basically, we have no way of knowing what either of these Wurmples will turn into.
So here's the plan. I'm gonna save right now, and I'm going to evolve this Wurmple. And if this Wurmple becomes a Silcoon, then we're done. Please be Silcoon. Hallelujah! Okay, but now I need to get the Silcoon to be a Beautifly. Aw, look at her. She's so beautiful. And the Wurmple line is done in terms of like purple shinies.
I think now is a good moment to address a pretty big problem with this challenge, which is that the definition and criteria for a purple shiny is extremely subjective. There are some shinies that you can't tell are purple or pink, and others where you can't tell if they are purple or blue. And that doesn't include how much purple a Pokemon needs in order to count as a purple shiny. For example, the entire Porygon line was a massive debate in my community. While most people agree that Porygon Z was blue and pink, the other two were more controversial. Starting with Porygon 2, everyone agreed that the accent pieces on this Pokemon are definitely purple. But after a lot of deliberation, many people, myself included, came to the conclusion that we saw them as a blue shiny. Porygon, however, was somewhat confusing. This Pokemon is probably around 55% blue and 45% light purple. But there's something about that shade of blue that has this purple undertone to it. One of my moderators joked that Porygon was blurple, and that ultimately became the deciding vote. The final list I came up with was the result of Twitch polls and discussions on Discord with members of my community, friends, and vibes. As a result, there are probably some Pokemon I should have included on this list, and likewise, Pokemon I should not have included in the final lineup. And a year later, I can admit that some of my opinions have changed. For example, I'm not sure if Dustox and Beautifly should really be here. I think this just goes to show that the perception of color is extremely subjective from person to person. This is my way of saying, if you don't agree with my final list of purple shinies for this challenge, that's completely valid. Still, I think the title I chose for this video still stands given how subjective all of this is. Not to mention, the final Pokemon of this challenge I think more than makes up for any potentially missing shinies on this list. By this point of the challenge, I realized that I needed to start focusing on specific Pokemon if I wanted to make any substantial progress. So, I decided it was time to stay in the Alabaster Icelands for a while and try to check off Zoroark and Dewott from my list. But first, I needed to have a conversation with Sadie.
Sadie, listen to me. I will do anything for you to bring more shiny luck. Here is my offering. I bring you bean cakes. Apparently fish like them. Are you a fish? I'm gonna be honest, the bean cakes looked nasty, but I think she liked them. We are at an Iceland's outbreak. We have a chance for a Zorua and a Haunter. We did it! Oh my gosh! They are mad at us. It is fine. I would like you in a jet ball. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is happening? I just want him in a jet ball! I will run away as far as possible. Oh, okay, we need to go, we need to go. We narrowly escaped death, but that's fine. Okay, before I evolve the little baby, this is what he looks like as a little Zorua. I already have one, thankfully. This is genuinely like one of the best shinies I think in this entire game. Both Hisui and Zorua and Zoroark are just incredible shinies they introduced, and I love them. All right, what do you look like? Look at that. Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing this shiny in person. That is so beautiful. Look at him. Hi, little guy. I love him. I love Zorua, but man, Hisui and Zoroark, I did not expect it to be this good. I will stop ogling now.
Unfortunately, I didn't find anything else on day 7, but that's okay. With Zoroark caught, this means I only need shiny Dewott to leave the Icelands. May, how are you doing on this cold evening? Ashmat! And Haunter. This is like, honestly, the last really big thing I think we need that only spawns here. So we're getting close to being done with the Icelands. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Stop being mad. No, no, no. Stop being mad. No. Just get in the Pokeballs. Oh my gosh, you guys took so long. Ah! Oh no, I'm just flying away. You know what? That is the correct decision at this point. And wait until they forget me because they have the memory of a goldfish. Okay, the alpha doesn't have a memory of a goldfish, but the rest of them do. Please let there be a second horde. There is not. I did all of that for nothing. Cool. I'm sorry. I've started this session off very salty already. How was your day? I hope you're having a great day. I've been spending the day slowly dying inside because my tonsils are swollen and need antibiotics, and my uterus feels like it's falling apart. So that's how I'm doing. Just one thing needs to shine. That's it. I just need one. Oh, why are you guys so far away? Okay, a new horde. They are very big. No, 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 no. Ah! Okay, I have a slight request for the next game. When we need to use a mount, can you please do like what they did in Tears of the Kingdom, where you press like the L button and then a scrolly wheel pops up with all the mount options? Because more times than not, I will accidentally call out Sneasler, and I'm sorry. If Sneasler is your getaway ride, you're going to jail. Nothing's happening. You're just going to die. This outbreak is a bust. I think I sound like I'm miserable. And it's because I am. A little bit. Like, I mean, I am having fun in a weird, sick, twisted way. I swear. This is just how I am all the time. If something doesn't have something for me to complain about, I'm not having fun. We're in a bush. They should not see me. How do you see me? Do you see how far away you are? And now I hurt. Thank you. I just noticed the name of this and I find this very funny. Why do I find that funny? And the Pokemon is gone. That's fine. Everything is fine. It's been an hour. Am I allowed to be upset now? Oh, no, go away. No. Oh, wow, shocker, you lost. Oh, no. Yiga Clan wannabe. Ow! Stop that. That's not very nice. You are making me regret being my starter Pokemon. You're so difficult. And it ain't that deep. Stop being this difficult. Samurott. On a normal occasion, I would be so stoked about this. I am kind of happy, but at the same time, it's not purple. No. He is beautiful, but I feel like this is just the ultimate troll the game could have given me right now. Like, on the one hand, I have wanted you for a long time. I just really needed one of your purple children. Here's the other issue. I'm so attached to my Samurott that I genuinely don't know if I could use another one. Like, if I would actually use him or not. Also, his name is Samson. Sammy and Samson. They are brothers. Okay, there's 2 chances. I may be about to get my heart broken if this is another Samurott. Man, what are the odds of that happening earlier? Like, of all the things to happen. Oh my gosh, we are finally done in the Icelands. Do you what? Get over here. Okay. They're being a little difficult. Oh! Gonna get caught. Let's go! This is genuinely such a cool shiny. I know this might be a controversial. Is he purple? He's like about half purple. Okay, I think we can consider this purple. The rules for what's purple are admittedly very questionable, but this counts. He is adorable. Today, I like to go to the beach, but first, we need to be dressed for the occasion, so let's go change. Okay, that's better. So the plan, I just want to stay at the beach. There's a lot of Pokemon still left to be found, and most of them can be found at the coastlands. So I'm just going to do a full-on round of basically the entire map of where all my spawns are that I need. And if I don't find what I'm looking for, then I reset the maps. And then if there's a mass outbreak, of course, I'll just do the mass outbreak instead. I will also mention I am going to actually watch something today because I have a feeling I'm just going to sit here for a very, very, very long time. And I just need something to distract me. I just need something to distract my mind. Beautifly, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Okay, we're fine. Run! Run! This is genuinely like one of my favorite shinies in this game. I've never gotten one. I'm very happy I have this. Tentacle! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my gosh, it has not even been that long. Should I have just been isolated encounter hunting this entire time? I kid you not, it's been like maybe 5 minutes since I caught the Glameow. Genuinely one of the most stressful Pokemon of this hunt just because you're in the water. I'm so glad you're caught and I never have to look for you again. You're beautiful though. Okay, wait, there's an EV outbreak. I have to know. I have to know. Okay. Okay, no EVs. You are the wrong one. Why couldn't he be Remoraid? Let's go! Let's go. Let's evolve our boy. Look at him! Look at them together. The Glameow line is complete. It hasn't even been an hour since I started recording today, and I already found 3 shinies. I am beginning to question if I have been doing this challenge wrong the entire time, and if I should have instead been isolated encounter hunting. What have I done? We're very close to being done with this challenge. We're at the turning point. What I need to get are Remoraid and Basculegion today. I think those two, if I can get them off my list, I think we're gonna be in a really good spot and I'm gonna feel great about life. Sadie, please bring all the fishies home. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm pausing our scheduled programming.
A few moments later.
Okay, there's no shiny Eevee. We don't need to talk about it. One of these types, we're gonna go to one of these random EV outbreaks and there's gonna be a shiny and y'all are gonna freak out. I shouldn't have pointed at you. I'm sorry, that was rude. Anyway, my plan is I'm going to continuously check the waters and see if I can find a Remoraid. And eventually, hopefully, an outbreak of Basculin or Remoraid will happen. Hopefully. We'll be here for a while, I feel like. I heard it. I heard it. There it is. Hello? Can you get in the Pokeball? Please? Oh my gosh. We're gonna be here a while. Please get in the Pokeball. Shiny Mantine. I think that's my first Mantine ever. So, yay. That's not a run rate though. Anyway, I guess we keep going. Oh my gosh. Do not kill me. I've been tested. Hello. Get in the damn Pokeball. I'm so tired of this hunt. Oh my gosh. I've spent 2 hours going in a big circle. I'm done. We're just gonna throw a jet ball and see what happens. It's done. Sammy? Perish. One of the scariest Pokemon of this hunt is done. Oh. This guy is genuinely the most purple of all purples. He is so purple. Let me look at you. No, stop turning. You're a beautiful shiny, but I don't know if this was worth it. Well, there's one more problematic fish left to find, and then it's mostly smooth sailing from here.
By this point, I knew I needed to find a shiny Basculegion if I wanted to leave the coastlands for good. So on day 11, I kept map resetting until I eventually found a Basculin outbreak. But when I made my way towards the outbreak, I found something a little more insane.
There's a shiny? Where? What?! What? What? That is my first static shiny alpha ever. You see nothing. Wait, we need to save it. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, hold on. We will check out our Ninetales in a second, but I need to check this Basculin outbreak first. I'm in shock. We need to use some stealth spray, sneak up on them, and then just throw jet balls, and hopefully none of them catch on to what we're doing. Like that one just did. We just found one. Save, save, save immediately. Please get in the Pokeball. I think we caught the shiny. I'm pretty sure we just caught the shiny. I want to see if we found the male. Please be the male. Let's go! First try. Oh my gosh. I walked into this session today being very stressed out about this fish, and it only took 20 minutes, so let's go us. Here's what he looks like. Honestly, you can't really tell, but it's shiny. I mean, the green's a little more light green. How do I evolve Basculin? It needs to take 295 damage or more in recoil damage without fainting? What? This is silly. This is a silly way to evolve. Alright, our boy can evolve. Look how beautiful he is. That purple is so good. Honestly, one of the best, like, purple shinies, I think. The purple is just, like, it's very clearly purple. I don't think anyone here is doing gymnastics, so I'm like, is that pink or purple? Or blue? It's definitely purple.
When working on a project as large as this one, it's almost inevitable for some of your footage to somehow become corrupted. I started day 12 doing massive mass outbreaks in the Crimson Mirelands, looking for either a shiny Ghastly, Sliggoo, or Spiritomb outbreak. And during the first half of my session, I found a shiny Ghastly. Unfortunately, that footage is just completely gone. Spoilers, I catch another one later anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So anyways, at this point I'm becoming concerned about catching Spiritomb. While I haven't really shown it due to time constraints, I've been checking the mass outbreaks in the Crimson Mirelands throughout the entire challenge, and I've been struggling. Not only are Spiritomb outbreaks difficult to find, they're also extremely annoying. It easily sees you, making it difficult to sneak up on it, and it's super aggressive, having moves that auto-lock onto the player, meaning you can become quickly overwhelmed with 4 of these guys targeting you at once. This is easily one of the most difficult Pokemon in this challenge to catch.
I am like fighting for an edge of my life! Stop! This is gonna happen every time with Spiritomb. Please. I beg of you, I will leave you guys alone once I have one of your shiny brethren. I will never bother you again. That's not entirely true, let's be real. I mean, unless you give me an alpha brother. I'm losing my mind. Ah, stop running. Stop resisting. You are outnumbered. That was bad. Whoa. Leave, abort, abort. How did you see me all the way over there? Okay, that's really bad. That's really bad. Go, 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 go! Abort mission, ah! Ow! Okay, that hurt. A new horde. No way! What? 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 No! No way! No shot! No! I'm like hyperventilating right now. I really said, hey, I'll leave you guys alone if you just give me an alpha shiny. I made them a deal. I'm leaving them alone. Hello. Can you come back out? Let's address the elephant in the room. I actually don't think this Pokemon counts as a purple shiny, but one of my moderators did. And the fact that he's blue and purple and it's very clear, I thought this was a nice nod to chronic fatigue syndrome. Chronic fatigue syndrome is very similarly related to fibromyalgia. A lot of patients with fibromyalgia end up also being diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. And so I felt like this was a good nod to that. This is by far one of the best shinies I have ever caught. He is so beautiful. We have 2 more Pokemon to catch before the big final one. We are close to the end of this challenge. To say that made me kind of emotional. I don't know. This has been going on for like over the course of 3 months for me. I can't believe we're here. There's another Eevee outbreak. How many Eevee outbreaks have I found? I have to know. I know that this is, I already have a Vaporeon, but I have to know. What? No way. I remember when I started this challenge that I thought Vaporeon would be like the second hardest Pokemon to find. And technically I now could have 2. Oh, hi. I'm leaving. Sliggoo outbreak. Oh, We found it! We found it! We found it! We found it! We found it. We found it. Oh my gosh. We're gonna evolve our Sliggoo. He's so beautiful. We're so close to the end. Wow, we're so close.
At this point, there's only 2 more Pokemon to find, one of which can easily be found in Mass and Mass Outbreaks. So I spent the rest of the day looking for a shiny Ghastly or Haunter so I can evolve them into a Gengar.
How has that Gengar not seen us what the Haunters have? That's what I want to know! No, 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 hey, we can be friends. We can all be friends. We can all just get along. You can get in the Pokeballs that I throw at you. Ah! Okay, am I a little too close? Just a little, no. Turn around, please. I'm sorry. Come on. Ah! They're trying to kill me. Stop, please. Sticky glove. Run. Come on. One of you shine. I believe this could be the end. Go. Ah. I didn't mean to do this. What? What shined? Well, that's not Ghastly, but I do love Clefairy. I need one of you guys to shine. Come on, one of you shine. Let's go! It's finally happened! Let's go! We're done with this! Come on, get in the Pokeball! It's done! It's done, oh my gosh! We're gonna evolve this Ghastly, and then we're gonna turn her into a Gengar. And with this... we have one more Pokemon to find.
Little did I know that this hunt would completely take over my life for the next 4 months. I knew that Porygon would be a challenge due to the space-time distortion mechanics, but I figured that it would only take about 2 to 4 weeks to find at most. I greatly underestimated the spawn rates of space-time distortions, and I paid the price for it. This hunt alone is the longest and most difficult shiny hunt I've ever attempted. But before I show you this hunt, we need to talk about why this hunt is so difficult. All of the information I'm about to tell you can be seen on cerebree.net's page for space-time distortions. Additionally, I need to provide a massive shout out to these 2 videos by Common Collecting and Austin John Plays. Not only did these 2 videos help me optimize my hunting strategies, they also helped me understand why distortions work the way they do. If you're going to attempt a hunt like this, I highly recommend these videos and will link them down below. Space-time distortions are a mechanic introduced in this game where a purple dome-like thing appears on the map for 4 minutes and spawns rare Pokemon and items. The Pokemon that appear in these distortions are split into 2 different categories. The first category are Pokemon that appear in the overworld and are easily attainable. The second category of Pokemon, however, are extremely rare. These Pokemon are only found in space-time distortions. On a regular playthrough, this is a cool mechanic that both ties into the game's story and adds a bit of challenge to finishing your Pokedex. The problem, however, comes in when you're a shiny hunter. If you want one of these Pokemon, like our target, Porygon, as a shiny, you can only hunt them within these distortions, and finding a space-time distortion is not easy. First of all, space-time distortions are somewhat random. When you enter the overworld, an invisible in-game timer starts. When your timer hits either 5, 10, 15, or 25 minutes, there is a chance for a space-time distortion to appear, with the odds increasing as time goes on. If your timer hits 40 minutes without spawning a distortion, the game will then force one to appear. Unfortunately, your timer can be forced to restart, which is bad when you're trying to maximize space-time distortions for your hunt. For example, the timer resets if the player sleeps at camp. The main obstruction, however, when hunting for space-time distortions are environmental changes that are entirely out of the player's control.
If certain weather conditions are active at either the 5, 10, 15, 25, or 40-minute mark, the timer forcibly restarts. On its own, this mechanic is a huge obstacle, but there is a workaround. Whenever the player is either in a menu or Pokemon battle, the timer is paused. By entering a Pokemon battle, however, the overworld still allows for dynamic weather. This allows us to wait out undesirable weather and continue the timer once the conditions are clear again. There is no way for us to speed up this aspect of the hunt. The best thing we can do is sit at camp and do nothing. Because Porygon spawns on the Crimson Mirelands distortions, we'll thankfully only have to keep an eye out for thunderstorms. They will unfortunately end some of our timers early, but this is way better than some of the other biomes. Already, this hunt sounds awful, but that's not the only complication we will face finding Porygon. Remember how I mentioned that there are 2 categories of Pokemon in these distortions? Well, we haven't talked about how they spawn in these distortions. Pokemon in the first category will spawn in groups of 3 every 10 seconds for the majority of the space-time distortion, spawning in as close as possible to the player. Pokemon of the second category, however, are more elusive. Each distortion has 3 fixed locations that spawn these rare Pokemon. That's it. 3. You may potentially be waiting for upwards to 40 minutes and you only see 3 of the Pokemon you need. But wait! It gets worse. These Pokemon that only spawn in space-time distortions sometimes have to share limited spawn tables with other Pokemon, namely the PLA starters. Now you may be thinking, wait, aren't the starters available outside of distortions and mass outbreaks? If you're thinking this, you would be correct. But that wasn't always the case. Mass outbreaks were not always in the game. They were released as a free DLC update about a month after the game's initial launch. That means, for a period of time, the only way you could shiny hunt them were in space-time distortions. But for some reason, when they added them to mass outbreaks, they didn't remove them from the space-time distortions. This is terrible for us, because Porygon is a distortion-exclusive Pokemon and shares its spawn tables with the Cyndaquil line. We could literally end up waiting 40 minutes for one distortion only to find 3 Cyndaquils instead of Porygon. So, how do we combat this? While there is no way of limiting the chances of finding Cyndaquils, there are things we can do to increase our odds of finding a shiny Porygon. With the Shiny Charm, my base odds of finding a shiny in the overworld are about 1 out of 819. We can increase these odds further to 1 out of 585 by perfecting Porygon's Dex entry, which is done by completing every research task for Porygon in the Pokédex. 1 out of 585 sounds great, but when you're only seeing about 3 to 6 of your target Pokemon every hour, you're in for a long hunt.
It begins. The number above me represents the amount of distortions we have done looking for this Porygon. I'm going to cry. I am terrified what that number will be by the end. Let the time-space distortion hunts begin. Porygon, come home. Not Cyndaquil. Go away. Why are you here? Not another one. Where art thou, Porygon? Hello, shiny Luxray. Yes, just throw it. Just throw it. Just throw it. Oh, that scared me. Oh, I actually wanted one of these guys. So that's nice. Oh, hello. And another Cyndaquil. Yippee. No! 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 You gotta be kidding me! No! 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 Why?
I found a shiny Cyndaquil. Before Porygon. And then I failed it. This is actually the most devastating shiny loss of all time.
I realize everyone right now is extremely mad at me, and understandably so. I'm annoyed at myself too. I was so caught up in my rage for finding a shiny Cyndaquil before Porygon that I wasn't paying attention to my health in game and died. But I do think my rage was somewhat justified. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. At this point, I've spent the past 2 months hunting this one Pokemon for usually 6 hours at a time. This hunt had completely taken over my life. Not only that, I've done literally everything I can to maximize my odds to find a shiny Porygon, and I've done nothing to increase my chances of finding a shiny Cyndaquil. In fact, I discovered Porygon is technically more likely to spawn in our space-time distortions over Cyndaquil, because one of the space-time distortions for some reason only spawns the Porygon line. Maybe my game is just bugged or something, but this location never spawned the Cyndaquil line. I almost quit the challenge right here. It's silly because this was 100% my fault, but this fail just made me feel so defeated. But then I remembered my struggle from earlier in the challenge, and that feeling of despair from my illness completely derailing my life. This video is not just about shiny hunting. It's about continuing to do the things you love despite the obstacles chronic illness will throw your way. And to be clear, if something has become dangerous and harmful to your overall health, you should probably stop doing it. I never wanted to quit music, but it had just become too harmful for my health to continue. But this challenge wasn't. Time-consuming and difficult, sure, but not harmful or impossible. So with that in mind, I came back the next day and kept going, because quitting meant that fibromyalgia and my disability had won yet again. And I was rewarded with a shiny.
Oh. Well, there's another one of those. Cool.
One of the other reasons I probably failed that shiny Cyndaquil is I hadn't really played the game correctly in 2 months. Most of this challenge really is just sitting around and waiting for a distortion to appear, and then once you get there, you run around and see if your target is there. So that raises the question, what do you even do to pass this much time? Well, I tried to edit the rest of the video, but that crashed my computer. I guess running OBS and Final Cut Pro at the same time is a no-go. At some point, my friends realized that I was basically doing nothing, so several of them started calling me on their way home from work or when they were bored. I also scrolled on my phone a lot. But the most meaningful thing I did by far was I learned how to crochet plushies. And while I could just show you every Porygon I found, I think you get the point, and honestly I'm very tired of editing this Porygon footage, so can I just show you the plushies I made instead? The first little guy I ever made is this little penguin. His name is Pierre the Penguin. He is a pattern by the Woobles. Side note, the Woobles crochet kits are excellent tools to learn how to crochet. I'm not sponsored to say this. This is just literally how I learned how to crochet. And I think their patterns are very cute. I didn't do his wings because I didn't want to sew them on, and so I just didn't make them. After Pierre, I made my second plushie ever, and this is one I actually fully completed. And this is, I call her Mint, and she's my little cat. I love this cat pattern. I have made so many cat patterns. By this point, almost all of my friends have received a crochet cat. If you haven't, I probably just have not seen you in a long time. Like, everyone gets a cat at some point, and I've made, just in my collection alone, I have this one, this one, this one, this one. I stole this from my grandma to show you, but I made her this for her birthday. And I made this cat for my mom because she also said she wanted a cat. I really like little cats. They're so cute.
I also have two, I don't know what they are. This is Huckleberry, and he's actually the third thing I've ever crocheted. This is the loaf cat pattern, but I think I really didn't know what I was doing, and he came out like a little bear or a hamster or guinea pig. I don't know what he is. You can decide. I think he's a bear. I also haven't made the tail yet. I just really didn't want to make the tail. This one was actually supposed to be a ball, but then like halfway through the ball, I was like, hey, this is around the same size as the loaf cat pattern. Why don't I just make this a loaf cat? And then she was shaped like this. And I was like, well, what if I gave you ears? And I stole some bunny ears off this other pattern. I'll put a link somewhere. And this is what we got. I haven't decided if she's a dog or a bunny. I think I'm leaning towards a little dog, but I guess I'll decide when I make her tail. I have not made her tail either. You may be noticing a pattern. This is a mix of someone else's pattern, but then I didn't like how they did the ears. So I stole these ears off of a Miffy pattern. I'll show the Miffy that I made for my friend and use these ears instead. And then I did also like mess up the feet order, but I kind of like how this looks anyway, because it just looks like she's just sad. I also made like a blueberry version one for my friend, and he loves it, I think. He told me he loves it. Yeah. I then made at some point another Woobles pattern. This is a little narwhal. I didn't do the horn because I just didn't feel like it. I wanted it to be more like a whale instead of the narwhal. And I also didn't, I think with this type of yarn, the fins or the tail fins that this is meant to have didn't really work. So I kind of made my own. And then I gave up on the fins because I just didn't want to sew them on. I really don't like making tiny parts and then having to sew them on the plushies. One of the hardest things I've made by far is this sea turtle. My grandma loves sea turtles, and so I gave this to her, honestly, just because I just wanted to give her a sea turtle. This was very hard. I think this quite literally took me like an entire week. For baby crocheter, this was really hard. But last and not least, this is probably the most impressive thing I've ever made. As a side note, I did, in fact, start this Pokemon during the challenge as well, but I just recently finished it because this thing is hard. This was so difficult, and this is... He's so derpy. I love him so much, my son. He is a bit challenging to hug. His leg is like stabbing me in the chest, but that's fine. I love him. So I guess in the end, I'm glad I didn't give up on this challenge. Not only did I have time to learn a really cool skill, I also had time to think about my life and where I can go from here. One of the initial reasons I wanted to make this video last year was to have an explanation for my community as to why I have such a sporadic upload schedule. There are times I feel guilty that I'm not able to make the same amount of content as other creators on this platform. But I have to remind myself that I'm fighting a never-ending battle against my body and my livelihood. And I know I'm not the only one who struggles with this. I'm sure many of you have some sort of disability that impacts how you go about your daily life. So I hope this video serves as a lesson that we are doing enough. No one truly knows what each of us goes through because chronic illnesses are somewhat unique to each person. Instead of focusing on what you can't do compared to others, focus on the things you can do, no matter how small it seems. It's easier said than done, I know, but we have to find something in life to celebrate. And speaking of celebrations, I'm happy to say that after 200 hours and 384 space-time distortions, I finally completed this challenge.
This is our last purple shiny Pokemon. This has been a 6-month journey This Porygon is quite literally my greatest achievement right now. It has been 6 months. Oh my god. I can't believe it's over. I finally get to edit a video! Welcome home, Blurple. How many Pokemon have I caught since being here? This is just gonna go on forever. The list won't stop. Oh my gosh, look at all those Porygons. Every Porygon we found along the way. It never stops. How long does this go on for? 16 pages of this. Oh my gosh. A total Pokemon got 618. I paid $386,000 for this. Oh my gosh. Hey, I finally got to rank 10. Return to the village. It's finally time to go home. This is the most deserved 10th rank star of all time. I swear. I've officially attained the rank of full star. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. The video is over.